oh, gentlemen. Guys.
Wow.
Guys.
It's been a while, hasn't it?
Oh, man. Dude, I mean, very like us to make a whole declaration about never being late again and then immediately do it again. But we have excuses, don't we? We have excuses. All right, do I get to tell my excuse?
I think the first week was while I was at Upheaval.
Yep. So Vex was at like a whole ass music concert thing, and like not even just listening, like you were playing, right?
I was. I have in my voice notes because I kind of want to capture the moment of like being on stage. So like when I went off to grab my other guitar, I just threw the fucking voice recorder on for the for the
I bet
outro.
It's just like.
No, actually, it picked up really good.
Oh wow.
And you can just hear my partner just screaming along in the fucking front row. I'm just like, yeah, this is a great moment for me to have.
That's cool. I'll be touching myself to this fucking voice clip constantly.
It was just like a spur of the moment. Like I bet this is gonna sound like dog ass, but it actually came out pretty good.
Cool. I remember I used to do that whenever I would meet a celebrity. Like if I was at a con talking to because they're like, you gotta, we'll charge you extra to film this motherfucker.
How much should we pay to get degraded by Bishamon? Was it like $50 for a fucking video?
Something like that, but it was pretty good because you had the yen, you had the 5 yen and
the
like
5 yen.
If you guys don't know, it's a Noragami thing. Like Yato always asks for 5 yen, and we had him like. He had like a jar with a 5 yen coin, and he went up to like one of the voice actresses of the characters that like, I don't know if this character like hated him or I don't remember.
They were rivals. Yeah. It was Bishamon and Yato.
Something like, if it will shut you up, then it's a price I'm worth pay. It's plenty worth paying or something. But anyway, more excuses. My car absolutely just shit itself, like fully. And you may have remembered me talking about my car shitting itself in past episodes. It just entirely shit itself. The radiator just crumbled into dust. Not even ironic. Like it was just so old.
You sent me the video of that where it was just smoking and what was it, an Arby's parking lot?
Walgreens. I wish it was an Arby's parking lot. I could at least gotten a sandwich while I waited to get picked up. Yeah. But Walgreens did have like all the like because I needed to refill it with fucking antifreeze and shit like before I was able to move it. So luckily Walgreens had that. But anyway, thanks Walgreens. Sponsored by Walgreens, not really. But yeah. So
yeah, I was up willing to film that day. I just got home and it was basically like a 16-hour fucking day for me.
Yeah, no, yeah, for me, it wasn't even just the car breaking itself, but it was like the stress of basically having one car. So like Allie and I had to like, switch around our work schedules.
Yeah.
She had to go in earlier, and I just didn't. And then I had to pick her up, and I just did not feel like filming because I was mega depressed, and I was minus $1,300, so that's cool.
God.
But anyway, we're done with that, and I assume, Vex, we haven't discussed this because contrary to popular belief, we very rarely talk outside of these videos. We should talk more.
It's rare. It sucks because it's rare that we talk a lot now because both of our lives are so fucking busy with other shit.
We should try to hang out more, for real.
We should.
Once you get your apartment, I think it's gonna be. I think we're gonna have.
Oh, dude, it will be a lot better.
But
December, hopefully, I gotta fill out a bunch of fucking paperwork. Still.
But yeah, so I'm asking you this for the first time. Are we going to try to recommit to weekly again?
I'm going to do my best right now because I put in my 2-week notice at my current job.
Mm-hmm.
Because I physically cannot do basically 16-hour days.
I better write down a skip life update, a fucking timestamp for people.
Oh God, yeah. So I put in my 2-week notice. My last day is the 18th. There, and then I had already interviewed. I went into a meeting in my interview clothes because I got told like the last minute of the shift that I had a meeting for something I'm already qualified for because I have the license.
Do I really need to be in a meeting if I'm quitting? Like, chill out.
They didn't know at that point that I was quitting, but
you're just
like
looking
changed.
Mega fancy right now. You got that drip.
I literally just changed into like dress clothes, went into the meeting about handling a fucking crane.
All right.
Then,
Chainsaw Man?
Yeah. So YouTube has this auto.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot about
thing.
that. Oh
And,
yeah, so Vex.
if you want
Vex
to read
brought,
chapter 2 for the last
hold
one
on,
for the
hold
audience.
on. You are terrible at like setting things up. You gotta. The build up has to be there. Okay, relax. So Vex brought to my attention this thing that I had no idea happened. Now, can people just see this when they go to the video? Like are they there?
So like when you click,
or is it asking us to like? Oh yeah, I guess
No.
they can because you don't log
Exactly.
into this. Wait, let me look at this then. Can I go see this? Like, is it on mobile?
it should be on mobile. I view like casual criminalists like that. Like if I
Okay.
want to skip the sponsorship.
So allow me to set the stage here, okay? YouTube has this new thing. I don't know how new it is, but like their fucking AI or whatever will create little video chapters for you, and they'll name the video chapters. Are they? Yes! Oh, they're on there. So allow me. Wow. Okay. So the video chapters of this one are pretty good, and I'm looking through. I'm gonna save the best one for last. Okay. I mean, you got stuff like the new trend, iDubbbz. I guess we talk about iDubbbz there. This is for the last review we did. Anyone Can Change, Spiral, Church, Fake Saw Man, Chainsaw Man versus Chainsaw Devil, Lobotomy, Chainsaw Devil Theory, Fammy. How the fuck do they know Fammy? Fammy's like not a word. That's really good. I don't know. Either way, right? So all these are chapters, but the second chapter at 420, the very first one after the intro is premature ejaculation.
So I think the qualifier for it, because Casual Criminalist is a podcast I listen to. It's a true crime podcast. It doesn't happen to any videos that Simon does that are like 50 minutes or under. So I think it has to hit like
it has to be a long video.
It has to hit like a 60-minute
Hold
mark.
on, I need to go to that section in our video and see what the fuck we were talking about. Hold on. Oh, perfect timing. It was right after I clicked it too. That's the secondary Chainsaw Man of the day. Yes. When does the premature ejaculation Chainsaw Man? There it is. That's literally the only reason.
That is literally the only reason.
Because Vex because we had to because there was fucking technical difficulties. My laptop died, so Vex had to go like Chainsaw Man, and then I just said that was the premature ejaculation of the intro, and then they're like, yeah, dude, this 5-minute chunk of this video, 100% about premature ejaculation. Hell yeah.
Yep. That's the thing that YouTube does. I've seen it on our end on the main channel when we do even the fucking like when we were doing like 2 or 3 packs of Yu-Gi-Oh at a time for the progression series.
Mm-hmm.
It is wild. Like what they'll pick up on that is so fucking precise.
That's actually, I'm really excited to like look into. I want to check that on like every video must be an hour now, so we can get those.
I don't know how automated it is, or if it has to have so many qualifiers. I just noticed it's like an hour plus trend.
Very funny. I love that. Okay, so
we got 3 chapters to talk about.
3 chapters to talk about. I have a fucking canker sore in the worst place possible. So if you ever hear me like fucking talking like that one kid from Stranger Things, it's because my mouth hurts.
I'm having girl dinner here. I have a Puff Bar and Wendy's.
Bro, ever since one of the reasons I should have known that Vex was trans is that ever since I've ever fucking known Vex, all he's eaten is girl dinner. Like, and if you don't know the girl dinner meme, know your meme it or something. We're not here to fucking explain shit to you.
I had to explain egg to you. Okay, I don't want.
I've never heard that shit. Listen, man, not everyone is like terminally online and terminally trans like you are. All right. I am but a simple ally. Relax. I've never heard that shit in my life. You know how terminally I am so in. I am like in so many leftist communities. I've never heard that in my life. That's got to be like such a fucking far in trans thing. I've never even heard of that.
I hadn't heard it until I started watching Finster.
You want to explain to the audience? So the context is I'm playing this game called Celeste, which is just a really fucking good game that apparently has like transcoding stuff.
Yeah.
Which like I see it, but it's like very subtle. I don't know if you've played it. With how you guys hyped it up, like the trans element of it, I expected it to be because it's not.
It's really not.
There's 2 things I noticed for full context. There's parts where because you're fighting your like evil self that like it's like an evil part of yourself that came out of you, and she says something like, "Well, it's part of my body. Why is it hurting me so much?" I thought that I was like, "Damn, that's poignant." And then there's another part where when she kind of accepts this part of her as like not you're not evil, you're just a part of me, and we need to work together. When they combined and they're like combining, the colors are like the trans flag. So like I see, but other than that, it's not like she's like I'm trans.
Subtle.
Yeah. Very good game, by the way. Celeste, easily one of the best platformers I've ever played in my life. I got addicted to it.
I have a love-hate relationship with platformers.
You just fucking suck.
I do. Especially fucking 2D platforms.
Apparently I'm really good at them. Can I tell you why I'm good at them, Vex? It's because I have persistence. I don't rate Allie and I have unironically like discovered a huge difference between us, right? Because like she can't even watch me play Celeste because she gets frustrated because like I will die like literally 500 times in one room, but like it doesn't bother me. It doesn't make me mad. I enjoy like that didn't work. It doesn't make me mad because I know I'm getting better every time, and then I do it, you know. But I feel like a lot of people can't play games like that.
See, I have the same feeling with like the Soulsborne games, like games that are that like difficult, frustrating wise to me, just don't scratch that part of my brain. But I can sit and play fucking games like Final Fantasy for 100 hours. Like, I have sunk 138 hours into Final Fantasy 16.
We got opposite brain. Those Final Fantasy games, like, I want something that I can pick up very quickly. And, like something that, like, if I have 5 minutes to kill, I feel like it's worth it to pick it up and play it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I can also play it for hours on end, right? And, like, what I like about... I'm a big fan of those single-button retry games. But, to clarify, it's got to be hard enough where it's fun. There's a level that you can go past. If it's so hard that it feels literally impossible, then that's too much. But Celeste never hit that. There was never a moment in Celeste where I was like... I'm never going to be able to do this. But it got the balance so well where I would enter a room, and for the first 5 minutes, I'd be like, how the fuck do I do this? And then it would click, and then I'd see it, and I'd be like, oh! And, you know, like, I was so good, so good.
So if you like those types of games, how do you feel about Super Meat Boy?
I have Super Meat Boy on the PS5. I need to go and play it. It's very similar in vibes, or not in vibes, let me clarify. It's very similar in gameplay, not similar in vibes, right? That's one of those things where, like, Super Meat Boy, I think, is very good in the same way that Celeste is, but it doesn't have the vibes, right? Like, one of the things, like, I think, for me, liking a game, the vibes and the gameplay have to come together. I immediately loved the music, the environments, the atmosphere of Celeste, whereas Super Meat Boy...
I love the soundtrack of Celeste so much.
Oh, incredible! And like, also the environments. I mean, God, that mirror temple area, and, like, all of them are so gorgeous. You know, like, I wasn't gonna say. So Super Meat Boy, yes, gameplay wise, it's very similar. But I just don't think that the vibes are as good as Celeste. So that's why I fell a lot more in love with Celeste.
See, I picked up Super Meat Boy back when I was watching Achievement Hunter because Michael did a rage quit on him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I mean, at that point I was like in that, like, I want rage style of gameplay because I was trying to go through like the Soulsborne games and all that. But, like, I have never in my life been more frustrated with the game than that until I played Celeste. And I died like 1,000 times in one room on stream. I'm like, nope, stream's over.
I have over, so I've beaten the story mode, and I'm going back trying to get all the strawberries and also do all the B-sides. As far as I can tell, the game is only really like hard in the B-sides. Everything else is like a good challenge. The B-sides are very hard. For example, the entirety of like World 2, I died 200 times. The B-sides for World 2, I died 900 times.
Jesus
as at the moment, I have just over 6,000 deaths and 30 hours of gameplay in that game.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, it's incredible.
Shows the difference in skill in that type of gaming. Like,
I love it.
It was like World 2 for me at 1,000 deaths.
I gotta send you I gotta send you a video of a room that it took me like a half hour to do, but once I did it in like such a minimalist way. Like one of those like it looked like some speedrunner shit. I was like, oh man, I did that so well. Because I challenged myself. I was like, I want to do this room. Because you know how there's like a hold button in that game where you can like grab the wall? Mm-hmm. I was like, I'm going to do this room without even grabbing the wall. I'm just going to do nothing but like wall jumps.
Jesus. Fuck that.
Here, I'll send it to you real quick. It's not super. It's like, you know, visually wise, it's not like super impressive. I put it on my Twitter. You're not on Twitter anymore, right?
I'm using the channel account
I knew
occasionally
you couldn't stay away. I knew you couldn't.
Well,
stay
I'm
away.
using it to promote shit, and then I'm also using it to respond to people because I realize like not everybody is chronically online, even with as little free time as I do. Like the other guys can't like respond to shit as much, so I'm like I'll stay logged into it,
Yeah,
but
no,
not
I
have the
appreciate
app.
you. I appreciate you being on there as like channel manager guy. Don't worry about like we're gonna once we start talking about Chainsaw Man, I'll write down the
So
timestamp.
like egg, right?
Yeah, explain egg.
It's a phrase for like the shell that protects you as like a baby trans before you like
You're
come
trying to
out of the
tell me I'm
closet.
gonna come out as trans.
Yes,
Mm.
yes,
I mean,
100%.
there's no doubt gender stuff in my head. You know what I mean? I mean, like I very often like when I see women, rather than just being like, God, they're attractive, I want to fuck them. My thought is usually like, oh, I wish I was that pretty. Oh, you know what I mean?
Egg.
My sexual love for women, it's not. It's like a deeper one because it's not just I want to fuck that, but like part of me is like, God, it'd be cool to be that too. You know, so I
Yeah.
absolutely have it. But I'll be honest with you, the thing that's going to stop me from like just straight up doing it is that I don't feel like I could pull it off. You know, because I know that you don't need to be passing, but I would want to be passing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you are. I hate to say this, but you do have a level of perfectionist to you.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm a big fucking guy. I'm kind of overweight. I would not be. I'm barely able to be semi-attractive as a man. If I became a woman, bro, I wouldn't be looking good. It's only fun being a woman if you're hot. All right. So yeah, I mean, no doubt there's like a curiosity there, but like
There's
I
a
think
level of dysphoria there.
yes, that's one of the reasons I like Nagisa so much because he has it in the opposite. But like for me, I think that the line it will stop at just dressing feminine, and I'll tell you I've considered as recently as last week I've been considering buying some miniskirts.
Dude, like just grab a skater skirt from Amazon. It's like $20.
Oh, have you seen those ones on TikTok? The Halara ones. They look
Yep.
really comfy. Yeah, yeah. I keep getting that.
I
yeah.
well, that even TikTok has.
Oh shit. Yep. Yeah, they look really fucking cute. Like and like I don't think I'd have
I
the bravery
ordered
to wear
one.
them outside, but I think I could see myself like wearing them like around the house or like to a friend's house. Cause my buddy Andy, he's been like really. You remember Andy? Did you ever meet him?
Yeah.
Did you meet him?
He made the Nora hammer for me.
Yes. He has really been coming out of his shell as well. I'm not. You know what? I get the egg thing now. Yeah. He is officially. I shouldn't say he. They are officially agender. That's the word. That's the term they used.
That fits him, or that fits them, I
Yeah.
should say,
And-
rather well.
And like a lot of times we go over there and like they're wearing like a full ass like kilt skirt thing. I struggle to say skirt because it's more like a kilt, you know. And but I mean and it sounds ridiculous, but he's rocking it. They're rocking. Fuck, that's hard. They're not super particular about the pronouns thing. They don't really care too much, but I feel like I should try to be polite. But either way, I wish I had a picture of them because they actually were because they have really long hair too and they put it in a ponytail. So they I think that they've got that like. I am nebulous. I am no.
Like
gender.
the last time I saw Andy, he was almost basically military cut.
Oh yeah, no, his hair's.
Or they were doing the killer, not Killer Queen. That was you. The fucking.
Nora Hammer?
No. They were doing some sort of like. No, it was the Dragonborn shit that they were doing
Oh,
for Comic-Con.
the Skyrim.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they must have had it up a little bit because I know that like they haven't gotten a haircut in like years.
Like it looked like full militaristic, but I think it was more the way the styling was for that. What I'm assuming is incredibly
I think they had like
uncomfortable.
either a hairnet or something to keep it like
Yeah,
down.
must have.
Yeah, because their hair's been long for a while. I like how
But,
the first part of this video is just the boys catching up with each other, and that's
Dude,
okay. That's okay. Let me see if I can find.
Like the Switch is incredibly difficult to find the precise fucking clip you want. I
actually forgot about sending you that.
um
Yeah, no, I have that. Hold on. I put it on Twitter.
Yeah. So
It's not like super visually impressive, but like it's just like this is after like a half hour of me dying like a million fucking times, and it's like that's what's so fun about this game because like it felt impossible until it wasn't, and then I did that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, like that's.
Are you watching
that's
it?
Let me open this phone back up.
It's like 9 seconds, but like yeah.
I was waiting until I got the notification. I forgot. I have notifications off right now. Bruh, what the fuck? How?
It was hard. It was very hard because like I have this
It's
level
literally like jump, 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 triangle, jump. Fuck you, I'm out. My guy.
These levels are the hardest for me because like things that like I'm good at like the don't fall to your death levels, but like the ones where there's like
same.
The ones where there's like shit you have to avoid that will kill you.
Mm-hmm.
Shit to avoid that'll kill you is really hard for me because like what they'll do is they'll have like this game is really fucking ruthless because they'll have like moving platforms and those moving little blob things that kill you, but they're moving at like a different pace. And it's like, oh my god.
It's 3 time because even like by World 2 where I started getting like mega die. World 1, I'm like, oh, I don't see what was so difficult about it, because there's like, a little.
Oh, of course they gotta ease you in.
There's a little bitchy shit, and then like by World 2, it's like you're noticing double and triple time events where like the coding is slightly off for every object or every type of object in the room, right? And I big brain word shit where like each thing has a different timing index on it, but
yeah, I know
but it's so fucking bizarre.
It's a genius. It's a genius game. I mean, I've never seen level design my moment when I was like, oh my god, this game's fucking amazing is that part where you're like you fall asleep when you're dreaming, and then like there's those little like thing, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like little blobs of like space matter, and like you if you like dash towards them, you like swim through them. You know what I mean? Do you remember any of this or no?
No, not really.
Okay. It's and the game has such good sound design too. I mean, everything is so satisfying. Every mechanic is so satisfying to use. Anyway, I'll stop. All right. It's actually Chainsaw Man time now, unironically.
So
hold on. I need to mark this as like a thing. Chill.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold on. 22, 25.
So
we're back. It's Chainsaw Man time. If you skip to this moment, you probably don't want to hear the updates on our everyday lives. Anyway, go Chainsaw Man.
So we have SA, we have Maxim the Hormone, and we have a black-haired twink.
Twink is overused as a phrase. We need to clock it back. Did you see that tweet about people calling Superman a fucking twink and the newest thing? And people are like, we need to take the word twink away from these people.
Honestly, like there is nothing twinky about fucking Superman in that show.
I don't know if Swordman is a twink. Let me go back and check him out real quick.
He's got the floopy hair.
That doesn't mean twink.
He's got the build.
He's got to be like Ethan Nestor skinny. No, bitch. Not twink until I see his body. We need to. This word has been destroyed. All right, now listen. All right. Let's start with sexual assault, Chan. Who we do have a name for now. But, I mean, why would I use it when we have sexual assault, Chan?
Thank you.
Although, I will say, not to forgive her, don't fucking endeavor me, comment section, but I kind of like her. She's bad. She's no bueno. Much like you can like Frieza, even though he's like Space Hitler, I kind of like
Space Hitler is fitting for Frieza.
That's what he is. But like
you filthy monkeys.
Yeah, literally. I actually really like this character because the depth that Fujimoto has given her is a lot more than I expected. I guess
Toriyama's racist.
I'm talking about Chainsaw Man right now. Shut the fuck up. The depth that you made me say Toriyama. I think Toriyama is as racist as any fucking boomer Gen X old man. Okay, Mr. Popo is suspect. All right, moving on. I like the depth that Fujimoto's given her because I really did just expect her to be like a government goon that was like, I don't know. I expected for a second like, oh, we're gonna test Denji to see if he can hold to not turning into Chainsaw Man or whatever. But now we come to find out she is just like a part of the public safety division. and she works with whatever, I'm starting to think Yoshida probably also just works for the public safety division, but like it's in a much higher up position. You know what I mean? He might even be in charge with it. He might have gotten.
Could you imagine that?
They might have given him Makima's job, man.
Can you imagine that fucking hentai protagonist looking ass as the fucking boss of a whole division?
He's like the Obama right now. Like, Obama came in as like our sexy president, or sexy young president. Obama was smashing puss every night.
Obama was smashing puss and then coming home and getting pegged by Michelle.
Obama. Yeah. Absolutely.
And you cannot tell me that Michelle was not the top in that relationship, okay?
Yeah. Have you seen that recent thing about like a bunch of Republicans thinking that Michelle is secretly trans?
I've seen that since like 2018.
Oh yeah, well that's the new thing now. If a woman is not a fucking twig and has E-cup breasts, she might be trans. That's not a real one. That's not real. That motherfucker back there ain't real.
Just checking to make sure you don't have a penis, ma'am.
Yeah, well, come in here for your genital inspection. Anyway, I like the depth that she's been given here. It actually makes me like her character a lot because she's like really, I don't know if ditzy's the right word, but like she's out there, she strikes me as like the really unhinged. Mm-hmm. Did you end up watching the Hell of a Boss episode I told you to watch?
I have not.
What are you even doing?
So I took my last 2 days of
your
PTO.
Goddamn excuses. We're in Chainsaw Man time.
That's gonna be my sit down and watch Hell of a Boss.
All right, good. Anyway, well, she reminds me of Queen Bee, who is voiced by Kesha.
I've seen all of the fucking Hell of a Boss TikToks because that's like half of my fucking TikTok feed is Hell of a Boss or now Baldur's Gate.
Gotcha. Well, so she just reminds me of that kind of character, very like, hey,
subverting the expectations for what it's supposed to be.
Chaotic, right? Like very like she's the type of friend who like you'd be hanging out with, and she'd be like, I want to get drunk. And then like you'd go to a fucking club with her and then you'd wake up at 3 a.m. on top of like a fucking water fountain. She is like.
Been there, done that.
Yeah, she's the worst type of influence is what I'm saying. And and this goes along with what we've known about this series for a while, which is this running theme of people who join the public safety division, there's something wrong with them because why would you ever, right? So like
your life expectancy is non-existent in the public safety division.
Exactly. And this girl clearly has issues, and immediately I love her because like she's not with the people attacking him. She wasn't here for that. She just didn't want to stop when the song was bopping so hard. She's like, I gotta wait till the chorus is over, man. This shit bopping right now. Hold on.
No, like I get it. Like,
her
as
literal
a musician,
job.
I get it.
That's her actual on paper job is to be Denji's bodyguard. She's like, hold on. Wait.
I got a song for this.
No, not even. No, it's not that she sang after they started attacking. She was starting to sing. So she has been hired to hang out with Denji as his bodyguard because Yoshida, and it's a nice gesture from the government because they're basically like, hey, we basically told you never turn into Chainsaw Man again. So like we understand that like, you might get attacked. So here's the bodyguard, right? Makes total sense. We don't want you fighting. Here's her. So she's like, all right, we're going to hang out, and like, I guess I'll fuck them, which we're going to get to that in a second. And so that she starts singing and then they attack. It's not that she was like flippantly like, no, I actually don't care. I'm going to let him die while I sing. No, it's that she started singing, then they attacked. And then she's like, shit, I really got to protect him. But this song is hitting right now.
I want a full-on like manga music video to the beat, the beat.
It exists.
I've seen the manga music videos, but they're not like action to the beat, cut to the beat.
Yeah. But anyway, the other thing that I really like about this girl is that I assumed up till now that she was trying to get something out of him, use him for something like everybody else. But now that we know that her job is just to be a bodyguard, there is no reason at all that she should be making up some weird thing about wanting to fuck him. There's no reason that she had to touch his pee-pee. None of that shit. Yoshida is like scolding her in this. Like, why are you doing all this shit? Don't worry, I'll straighten her out, right? Which indicates to me that this girl actually, for real, does want to fuck Denji. Because she even says, like, no, I mean it. Like, how couldn't I be into you? Like, you are the Chainsaw Man. I don't think she's lying. I genuinely think she means it. Because, like, he's like, stop it. Stop. He literally horny bonks her. You see this page, right? Did you see the page?
No, like, he dead-ass horny bonks her. Like, no.
So she wants to fuck. And here yet again, we have another older woman who wants to fuck this underage Denji. Because I believe Denji is still, like, 17, right?
17, 18, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, here we go again with this. And, like, but I mean, like I said, I kind of like her because there's like this. It's interesting how we went from like a couple chapters ago. I was like, so sus of her, all the red flags, and I'm obviously still sus because she's still sexual assault Chan. But yes. I'm getting a lot more genuineness from her now. I'm feeling a lot. You know what I mean? Like I don't feel like she's trying to use him for something. I feel like she actually does just want to fuck him. And like that's as a man, that's a good feeling. You know, as sad as the double standards are. You know, sexual assault hits a little different when you're a sex-craving man. You know, I don't think Denji considered that sexual assault. He's fine. He's chill with it.
He's chill with it now. He'll come to terms with the trauma later on.
Therapy,
as
in
did
therapy,
I.
10 years later, he'll be like, wait a minute.
This hit a little more for me, not gonna lie.
No, again, I like her as a character. I'm not trying to forgive her or anything. I just think as a character, she's chaotic as fuck, and I love her. And I love
the fact is, she had fucking Denji deep-throating a devil tentacle.
Oh, yeah, which, I mean, maybe she'll pay him back by deep-throating his devil tentacle, you know what I'm saying?
I really wish we were filming this through Discord, because I have, like, the whole-ass soundboard in there.
Yeah, well, that'd get old real quick if we started using the fucking soundboard.
I have like it should have been me, not him. Yu-Gi-Oh.
There's so many good. Oh my god, yeah. So like, I just love this moment where it's like silence, and then Denji's like, "What is wrong with you guys?" Denji, the voice of reason here,
which will never not be funny to me. Denji being the sound of reason.
Oh yeah, every once in a while it happens. Like I think of in part 1 when Power like dips off of the elevator and he just stays in it. You remember?
No, like fucking hell, man.
But it's interesting though, right? Because she's such an interesting character because like before this guy like pops up with a gun, which ends up not being a real gun, but like before he pops up, it looked like she was going to fight Denji. I imagine it was just going to be like tantamount. In her mind, it was like tantamount to like a paintball fight. Like, we're just going to have fun. But what I like about her is that they've given Denji a bodyguard who's got similar energy to Denji, right? Like,
right.
Unironically, I feel like they've got a good chemistry. Again, not the sexual assault, not great. But like, I really do like 'cause people. We didn't get a chance to talk about any of the previous chapters, but people are pointing out how alive and happy Denji looked at the end of last chapter. Like he feels, because he's doing this whole I want to live normal now. But like it's the classic. This happened with Ichigo and Fullbring too. It's the classic like fuck being normal is boring, right? So like this, I feel like this was like a good outlet for him to like. It reminds me of like those there's like places you can go to like just break a bunch of shit. It's like a room just to smash shit. Yeah, this was like that.
I really want to film a video in one of those.
Absolutely, but this was that for Denji, I think, and like I just love that she's down for it. He could have gotten you remember that guy from part 1 who bodyguarded Denji, who was like, don't eat food off the ground, it's uncouth, so say please and thank you. You remember that fucking guy?
Yeah.
Like he could have gotten a motherfucker like that for a bodyguard, but they were like, Yoshida unironically went to the fucking office and was like, who's the craziest bitch we got? Oh yeah, she's perfect.
Yeah, like unironically it does feel like they're like, yeah, we got to get somebody chaotic, otherwise he'll just immediately turn back into Chainsaw Man, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think she's gonna be a good distraction for him.
And you're right, like because I fucking hated the Fullbring arc. I never really.
It was bad weekly, yeah.
I never really put 2 and 2 together, but you're right, like that does fit here. Like the fucking classic trope of like normal life is boring is one of those things that realistically is a thing. Like, when you have such an exciting life, like I get tour depression.
Yeah, how do you
right?
go from being Chainsaw Man to exactly.
Like for me, like when I was going on like the Trinity Territory, like when I came home and I'm just sitting and going back into my day-to-day life is just making plastic shit. I'm like, fuck, I miss the chaos.
Yeah.
So like there's something to be said about that, and it's very you get used to never knowing what your day is going to be. Am I going to be fighting, the cockroach devil, or am I going to be fighting the bat devil, or is the literal incarnation of the apocalypse going to come out of the urinal while I'm taking a piss,
Oh yeah.
You never know what's going to happen while you're in that moment.
I think it's like I mean, in a more relatable way, like that, to like bolster your tour example there. If you've ever gone like on vacation or camping and you have like 2 weeks off from work or school, and then you come back and like that night that you get back, there's like this weird lingering depression. It's like, oh fuck, like it's over. You know what I mean? And like, you ever felt that?
Oh, 1,000%.
Like, think the last week of summer vacation before you go back to school, right? Like,
it's the most depressing time because you realize you got to go back and you got to go into the mundane life of just going through, like, I got to get my schedule and I got to go do pictures and I got to get back to, like, listening to the principal bitch because they don't like me, or, I got to listen to this shitty teacher I don't like because they're going to be my homeroom teacher. Yeah, like it was shitty.
And like for Denji, I think that it's going to be an interesting thing with him because I think he has to grapple with this, like, she's exciting and she makes me happy, but is that what's good for me, right? Probably not, right? Because how long do you want the exciting before you want the calm, right? Like, you want the exciting until maybe you hit like 27 and it's like, okay, I think I'm ready to settle down now, but
settle down, have kids,
Yeah, you watched BoJack, right?
Yes.
Do you remember the character conflict with or one of the character arcs in BoJack Horseman was Mr. Peanut Butter, the dog guy,
yep.
And like his deal was that he had this, like, the energy of like a fucking 19-year-old, even though he was like 40 or whatever, right? He kept aging, but he never became not a child, right? So he basically Leonardo DiCaprio, where he kept like divorcing his wives as they got older and marrying new young ones because he never matured with them. Go ahead.
This is the most relatable scene from him for me. It's sending. It's a TikTok I saved.
Damn, my boy fucking ready with that shit.
It came across my TikTok feed last night, actually. I'm like, God damn. I should sit down and rewatch the show, because no matter how depressing...
Hold on, I'm going to play it for the... Oh, shit. Fuck. Hold on. All right.
You know I support you, whatever you want to do, but you're not going to find what you're looking for in these awful, made-up places. The universe is a cruel, uncaring void. The key to being happy isn't the search for meaning. It's to just keep yourself busy with unimportant nonsense, and eventually, you'll be dead.
I love him. Like...
Oh yeah, I mean, he's he's a really interesting character because, like, at first he comes off as like the ridiculously nice Ned Flanders character to BoJack, right? But then Mr. Peanut Butter is like an example of how you can be toxically positive, right?
Yep.
It's really interesting. You wouldn't think you could, but you can.
Yeah. No.
But anyway, like, that's kind of the vibe I get with this girl, is that, like, I think Denji would have fun with her for a matter of a couple months. I mean, I'm sure that's relatable to you too, right? You get get your crazy bitch and you stick your dick in crazy, and it's great for a couple months, and you're like, I'm fucking tired. Exactly, right? So that's what this is to Denji, and I do think that the government is doing this on purpose because they're like, they want to placate him. I think they want to have their cake and eat it too with Denji. They want Denji. They're basically trying to keep Denji happy so that if they ever need him, they can yoink him and be like, all right, you're fighting for us now, but they don't want him to just be transforming into it willy-nilly. And I think that they're also, along with all of that, they're in a weird iffy situation because I think Kishibe has basically pulled all the strings he can to be like, he needs a normal life. You need to let him live a normal life, because otherwise they'd probably just fucking yoink him and put him in a fucking training camp.
They would send him to like a CIA black site and then just pull him out when they need him. And that's no life for a teenager, Yeah.
So like I think that's what the government is trying to balance now. They're balancing all of this, like, we want to make sure he's there as like a weapon for us, But also, Kishibe, who's got a lot of clout in the government, no doubt, is like, he told us we gotta let him live a real life. So we're gonna have Yoshida kind of watch him for a while, and then Yoshida watch him for a while, and then they saw all the fucking consequences from the Falling Devil shit, and they're like, alright, we can't let him fucking transform anymore. Give him all the fucking crazy colored-haired bitches with tight pussies to, like, distract him.
You're just, like, calling me out here, aren't you?
I mean, you and Denji have a lot in common.
Just give me a goth mommy with big bazongas and a nice ass, and I'm great.
I genuinely, it's really interesting. This character interests me again because I think the main reason I'm really, really in love with this character, Sexual Assault Chan here, is that she does not seem fake to me. So many characters in this series seem fake, seem like they're being, I mean, like Yoshida is a perfect example. Fake as fuck, dude. Like every word out of his mouth, I feel like is like some fucking scheme to like get something, right? But like this character, Sexual Assault Chan, really genuinely feels like I don't think anything she's saying is a lie. I just think she's ditzy, weird, and like I actually really, really like her a lot. So I'm very excited.
She seems like the awkward girl that would sit at the corner table in school.
Yeah, she seems awkward and like silly and weird, and like she seems like the type of girl who like wouldn't fall for that. Like I'm trying to think of an example. Like I'm trying to think. Like she would be like whereas all the other girls are trying to be like prim and pretty, she would like dress like probably like all weird. You know what I mean? And like you know what I mean?
She's the alt girl. That's
absolutely yeah.
And these were my people.
Oh,
school,
dude,
like.
Shoe on head vibes. Do you know who Shoe on Head is?
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah, for sure. She's like she's like the I'm not like other girls. I sexually assault people. I do the raping. Men can't rape me if I rape them first.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, YouTube, can you make this chapter titled "Rape," please? I'm just gonna say "rape" a couple times. Rape.
No. Somebody put a counter for the amount of times that Red has called this character Sexual Assault Chan, please.
That's what she's called.
I want an S.H.on counter in the comments. That is my request.
She's got the most generic ass Japanese name. I've even heard this name. Like, there's a Bleach character name. One of the fucking royal guards has Mufune.
I've seen this name in like no less than 7 other manga I've read.
Remember that. I'm sure it means something, because Japanese names usually mean something. By the way, disclaimer: rape's not funny. It's terrible. You already know. I'm an edgy boy. Anyway. But yeah, so
unless you're the rapist getting stabbed in prison after sitting in there for 2 years, rest in piss, Ian Watkins. I hope you actually die.
I actually don't know who that is.
Anybody that was an emo kid in like the 2000s knows exactly what I'm talking about and the disgusting things that man's did.
Deep cut reference there for everyone. But anyway, I mean, like other than that, I mean, like we had the chapter with the karaoke, which was like a really simple, quick one. I really liked the layout of that chapter, the action while she's singing. I could see that being really cool.
Fujimoto did that thing that he's really great at, where like
structuring the panel. Yes,
like it told the story through the actual panel, not just like comic style, like a lot of manga artists did.
Absolutely, yeah. It's very engaging because it's like you feel like your eyes are just weaving through it like he wants you to,
Yeah, that's why I said like I wish somebody would have done that to the beat, because it felt like a music video when I was reading it.
Oh yeah, I agree completely.
And then like the first one, like we had that textbook, like Fujimoto loves his films, so we had that reference shit going on.
I need to go through and watch. His author comment in every volume is like a film recommendation.
I've noticed that he does a lot of those. I've never really paid attention to a lot of them.
You go to your volumes, every single author comment is just him saying, I like movie. I like movie. So like every single author comment, every single volume is a movie recommendation from him.
I'm going to guarantee that if he hasn't recommended Old Boy, the volume with that music video chapter will be Old Boy, because that was a 100% an Old Boy reference.
Yeah, I don't know enough, but yeah, maybe.
But did you see that Araki's comments
Shrek,
going
around? He loves Shrek. Yeah.
Yeah, like that fucking got me. Like him recommending the Shrek movie.
I mean, it the memes really fucked with it, but it is really unique.
It is,
because the memes have kind of ruined it for me too.
Oh, one of my off days, I went to a concert and fucking Mothika was singing All Star by Smash Mouth there, and I'm
Yeah, and
like, "Are
I can't not think of fucking Shrek now.
right?"
Thanks.
No, like
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh, it's the Shrek song."
Hey now. Yeah, for sure.
I'm like, "Are you We have reached the peak of that being just a shitpost songs, and it's just
yeah, it's been so for a long time, especially like, I mean, there
like
was
Mr. Brightside and fucking All Star are just meme songs.
I'm sure if you like went on Google and like went to the trends, you could like find like I feel like there was a peak for Shrek memes in like 2016, 2015, somewhere in that.
Well, like we had the fucking the E meme was just a Shrek reference too.
Shrek and Markiplier and like absurdism, yeah.
God, we're old, man.
Oh God, I breathed in too much dust at work today. I could fucking feel it. Ugh. I want to talk about the Asa part of the chapter real quick. Good to see her. It feels like it's been a while. I really like this part where like you can see her slowly kind of liking all the attention, and there's a lot of dialogue here where she's trying to cope and pretend she doesn't like it, you know. And it's really interesting. It reminds me of, because I've known people before who are like, oh yeah, I'm an introvert, but then like you start kind of bringing them out of that bubble, and like they're like, no, I'm an introvert, but they're clearly liking it. You know what I mean? And I'm getting that vibe from her where she's like, she tries so hard to like stick to her. You can actually see in real time the de-fem selling of her, because she actually has this thing where she's like, I don't like it, and War is like, why? And she's like, it's an invasion of my privacy or something. And then like slowly she starts to have this big dopey smile about how everyone's talking about her, and like the news, it's not even just that like they're like, wow, this girl's fighting, they're like, she's gorgeous, she's beautiful.
And she is a cute character, you know. Her design is very, you know.
Hold on, I gotta open the door for Allie. You keep talking.
Yeah, her character isn't this like unattractive person. Her character is this like you're above average, you know, actually well kept person, and it's very interesting to see like her struggle with these issues of self image and self worth. Just solely, and I'm guessing it's solely based on her where she came from as a person, you know, having to deal with the loss of everything because of devil attacks and having to deal with the outcome of just being in this home for so long. And when you're in that like institutionalized structure, it just kind of just degrades you bit by bit by bit.
I totally agree. Yeah.
To where like you just lose any sense of self. So like just constantly hearing you're nothing, you're this unattractive wretch, you know, you came from nothing, you always be nothing, just being beat into her kind of probably destroyed her.
Well, and being so socially awkward,
you know
like,
well,
I mean,
it's not even awkward, stunted by growing up in that.
Well, yeah, that's what I was gonna bring up, is that like a lot of how you're perceived socially is so much of it is confidence. I mean, like, my God, like something I had to realize is like, because I used to think that saying sorry could fix anything. So like any little misstep or stumble, I'd be like, sorry. And I just realized, like, just power fucking through. If you just power through, even if you're not, you could be semi-ugly, but if you come into a conversation with confidence and you're just making jokes and you're laughing, most people will fuck with you. You know what I mean? Like, and like, so that's, I think this is Asa kind of like growing confidence here. And it's exciting to see that. And I really do think that we're leading towards a moment where, you know, Asa's going to have this because I feel like, I don't know, I think she likes Chainsaw Man, but I wonder if this is going to be a moment where Asa's like, well, what do I need him for? You know, like, I'm doing more than he ever did. You know, I just wonder if it's going to go to her head. You know what I mean? I feel like that's where we're going.
I'm wondering the same thing, like, because she arguably is more skilled than Chainsaw Man, because she's refined. She has this class about her and her style.
Yeah, she's not crazy and an idiot. And also, you know that when she's saving motherfuckers, she ain't causing billions of dollars in property damage. She's
not Superman.
Not saving them. Yeah, she's not saving the men. She's not throwing cars at fucking devils with people still in them. You know what I mean? Like so, like, honestly, the government probably likes her more. Yoshida probably likes her more in this role. I mean, like they are, like, it's better for everyone, unironically. It's one of those moments where I think Denji, I mean, if he was smart enough to realize, like, he'd have a moment where he's like, damn, dude, like, I was kind of not useless, but like I mean, like this bitch that like I've been doing this shit for however long, and this bitch pops in and immediately does better than me. It'd be demoralizing.
No, 100%, and I figure that Denji will have that moment too, and seeing how much more successful she is in his role, and I think that'll kind of crush him, and he'll want to break back into this role of being Chainsaw Man, and he'll
like to compete with her. They should do like a sidekicks hero thing, and then they'd be like, "Who's the sidekick?" Not me.
Like
I'm not the
like there's you probably don't get the reference, but like in Lord of the Rings, there's a little contest is going on by the Fellowship, like how many can kill more orcs, you know, and they're just gonna be like, who can kill more devils, and you know, do it cleanest or something like that. Well, I could see a moment like that.
Like a Uryu Ichigo thing from like early Bleach. Remember when he brought up the hollow bait?
Yep, like something like that. I can see something like that going on.
Yeah, I think what I'm really interested to see going on is like, will this affect the hypothetical love relationship that was kind of brewing there? And I feel like it will. And like, how does sexual assault Chan come into all this? Because again, as weird as it is, I think Denji's got a pretty good fucking chemistry with her.
There's a catch-22. You can be too alike with someone in a relationship as well.
Yeah. I agree completely. That's why I was saying what I was saying earlier is I think he would have a great time with her for a couple months and then it would all fall apart. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Like most of my relationships.
Yeah, dude. You're impossible to balance. You can't balance with anyone because your mood shifting every 2 days. You're a different person.
Not every 2 days, but I do fluctuate between a lot of shit.
No, I know. It was a bipolar joke. I don't remember if you're bipolar.
I know. I'm defending myself in the comments there. I fully realize I am the problem. I am the Taylor Swift of this.
Oh, am I the problem? Do we have any other thoughts here? Let me look through because Allie's home. We got to go and go to the gym real quick. But like, I can do like 5 more minutes. I'm just seeing if there's anything else we got to talk about.
I think there is one massive thing we have.
Oh, right, of course, Sword Boy. Yeah.
Yeah, like you immediately, like you messaged me. I will open Messenger because I'm the good boy in this. And then I saw the second message because Messenger doesn't fucking send me everything.
Wait, so I didn't spoil you, did I?
No.
That's
like
good.
at a certain point, I have my phone go into Do Not Disturb mode so I can sleep. So any notification comes after I have it go into Do Not Disturb mode, it won't send me. So it sent me hey, it's this. And it said Red shared 3 images, right?
Mm-hmm. So hopefully you just assumed that it was chapter stuff and didn't.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, cool. Something happened in the chapter. Let me go back and read that. And I saw, like, when I opened the actual app, like it said, don't read this until you read the chapter. I'm like, cool, I'm not going to do this.
Yeah, well, I was semi-proud of myself because normally I miss details that aren't directly explained to me. You know what I mean? Like, I can think deeply about stuff. I'm not stupid, but I'm also like, I don't know. I noticed that sometimes a lot of it's an art style thing too. So like I've been known to have issues with like Fujimoto stuff, but that's why like because this was dialogue, it helped me better, right? Because like it was a couple things. It was him saying like you should remember me, and so if you're Chainsaw Man, I'm Sword Man, and like, I just remember.
See, I initially thought it was just Katana Man.
Yeah, for like 2 seconds I thought that too, but like he looks nothing like him. You know what I mean?
No,
so I was like, wait a minute now. Yeah.
He couldn't have he could have because like we saw the Bat Devil go through a whole redesign too, right?
Yeah,
but I didn't think a hybrid would go through that much of a redesign. I think that would be too much fucking effort for Fujimoto.
Well, so yeah, basically for me it was a theory, and I was like, okay, let me just go and check real quick, and then I looked and it was like exact, and I was like, okay, this guy's cool. I'm actually really excited to learn more about this guy.
Yeah,
and it really opens up something that I'm excited about, which is because that's that part of Chainsaw Man where Makima is like fighting not Denji but Chainsaw Man, you know what I mean? And like like hell is being opened up, and like the gun devil happens, and all like that part of Chainsaw Man feels so distinct and different from the rest of it, right? It's like the part that you think of when you think of Chainsaw Man. Like it's insane.
No, 100%.
And like I'm excited
where we had all of those fucking fiends coming out. Where we had,
I remember reading that shit weekly with you. That was such a fun start to Chainsaw Man.
Yeah, no, like that brings up like the theory of like is Rize still alive again because like
Yeah,
her
that's something
fiend
that I've
has
realized that they can just live for it's hard for me to like keep that in my brain because people always have to bring that back up. Like I've seen it in the comments a bunch where it's like, guys, they are immortal. It's like it's so weird to me. It's such a hard concept for me to wrap around my head when I see a motherfucker get sliced in half. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot they're not dead.
they're Wolverine essentially. Like
Yeah.
I've come to terms with that. Like so we got Rize, we got the bow
Theoretically
the bow
all
fiend.
alive, yeah.
Yeah,
Now-
fucking Halloween's probably still out there just screaming Halloween, Halloween.
No, remember now. See, you're mixing up because hybrids are immortal.
Right.
It's
So,
specifically the things that are like Chainsaw Man, like Katana Man, that the Whip one, the
Quan.
Yep, Quan. They're immortal. Halloween was just a normal fiend, as far as I know. It was like a devil and like a dead human, or maybe
So like power. So yeah.
yeah.
Dead.
So what would have happened to her if she died? I can't actually remember if she died or not. What happened? Like, 'cause all I remember is that they
Like she was a maggot-infested being anyway. Like the body was decomposing. And...
No. When devils take over bodies, they keep them fresh. Remember, power was existing as power forever. They're not decomposing. They run
I mean,
the
design-wise, like it was disgusting.
Oh, you mean her brain popping out and shit? Yeah. I got you. No, but I mean, if she died, she would just get reborn in hell. Like the Halloween devil would be reborn with a slightly different design. You know how it is. But anyway, I'm really interested to see what this guy has to say because he's from that really interesting part of Chainsaw Man that I want to know more about. I want to hear him bring up Makima again. Because people haven't really talked about Makima. It's kind of been like we don't talk about her anymore, right? I feel like he's got to talk about Makima because the last time we saw him, he was being brainwashed by Makima because he's like, oh, gotta do it for Miss Makima, right? Because she like controlled all of them. So like,
it's so interesting.
It's time to learn what this guy is like when he's not being used as a pawn for Makima. So and what's his motives? What's he here for? I'm very excited to see all that.
I'm going to assume he's also part of this branch that Yoshida's part of here in the public safety.
I wonder. I almost get like third-party independent vibes from this guy. Like he's doing his own thing.
That also is a distinct possibility in this story, because he might have just been like, I don't care who you are. I want nothing to do with that life. Like the guy who's coming back from his tour in Iraq. Like, I'm done with this life. Well, and then they go and fucking work for like BlackRock or something.
Exactly. So, yeah, I think that's the vibe I'm getting is that he has his own motives because, like, I feel like if Yoshida and the Devil Hunters had this guy, like, in their fold, they wouldn't tell Denji because I think the idea would be to let's eventually replace Denji with someone more stable and more better at following orders, right? Yep. I don't think this guy's in their fold. I really don't. I think he wants something. I think he's almost reaching out as like some solidarity of like, hey, you're like me, I'm like you, and we want to do.
Let's overthrow the government.
That'd be sick as fuck. That'd be a fun ass plot direction.
Let's January 6th the shit.
Yeah. But anyway, anything else? Final thoughts from you?
No, just remember to link the new social medias and the fucking description.
I'm just kidding. Message it to me, and I'll copy paste it.
Yeah, since YouTube wants to be dickheads about comments.
Right.
And I think we'll be back next week.
We should be. And I want to skit with you, bro. I want to fucking like do a skit where we're rocking out to that.
I have Saturday free this week.
Ooh, maybe. That could be.
And that is like my one free day.
I can see us doing that. Yeah, I want to do. We need to get like. We should buy like a watermelon and just like be dancing with the watermelon and then hard cut to us just like stabbing it and ripping it apart with our bare hands and like fucking.
I also have like a leftover thing of fake blood here from Trinity of Terror that I found. Perfect. So like. I'm going to use it for a TikTok anyway, so like I'll have some left over.
All right, peace out.
Peace.